Hi everyone, and welcome to your next session with Plato Training, where we're going to be looking at job roles in business administration. Please note that you need to look out for the green box on the right hand side, which tells you which question the slide is relating to. When you're working through the PowerPoints, please remember to also share your ideas. The PowerPoints are guides, so we've got pointers on as to how to answer those questions, but sharing your own ideas will really help you to demonstrate a stronger understanding of the content, which is great for if you want to progress to the next level or levels. So your aims and objectives for today's session are to identify who works in an example office environment and to describe the job roles within business administration. Before we start those sort of outcomes, what I would like you to do is to complete a skills scan. So you might be thinking, what is a skills scan? So a skills scan is a short questionnaire where you answer questions about yourself. So it's where we're going to start thinking about your strengths and your development points. So it's going to enable you to see, perhaps as you look more into the jobs further through this lesson, which jobs are going to be more suitable for you than others. We do revisit the skills scan on the last day of the course, on the final session. During the skills scan, you're going to have a look at quite a lot of items. So you're going to have a look at your qualities. So a quality is something that you are. So I am kind, I am friendly, I am outgoing, I am shy. We're then going to look at some work-related skills. So work-related skills, a skill is something that you can do and that you've learned. So because we're looking at work-related skills, we're going to relate them to business admin. So this time we're going to say I can. So I can touch type, I can use a computer, I can file away my bills. If you're good at that type of thing, I'm certainly not. Then we're going to look at some general skills, so something you can do again that you've learned that relates to everyday life. So I can cook, I can bake, I can clean the house top to bottom in an hour, if that's the kind of thing you like doing. Your interests are next. So your interests are things like hobbies or things that you find fun. So it could be that you like to go out sort of walking in the countryside at the weekends. You might like watching football, you might be into movies, into gaming. Your values, so your values are things like loyalty, trustworthiness, honesty, commitment, being open-minded, being particularly reliable. So values and qualities might end up sort of being similar here, but whereas your qualities are things that you are, so you could be I am kind, with your values it's something that affects sort of you in everyday life, something that you wouldn't be able to live with yourself without, that type of thing. So like if you really feel that you have to be trusting to others, if you feel that you would let everybody down if you're not being at all reliable, whereas some people don't mind being a few minutes late. Lifestyle constraints. So it's a funny phrase, that, constraints, but things that are going to go against you when you are trying to get into the workplace. So it could be perhaps that you don't drive and you're relying on public transport. So maybe that's a bus or maybe that is a train, and trains at the minute into Manchester are not as frequent as they once were. It could be childcare arrangements, so perhaps you've got to drop children off at school and pick them back up again. Maybe you would need to look into whether there is a before and after school club available. Perhaps you're only available to work part-time. This could be due to childcare, it could be due to illness, and that moves on to the next point of illness and disability as well. And of course, COVID-19. We talked a bit about COVID-19 already and the impact that that's had on some of you who have been trying to get into work or who have sadly come out of work because of that. So with that in mind, I would like you to now complete question 1, which is completing a skills scan of yourself by answering the questions below. Please pause this video whilst you answer this question. So now we're moving on to look at job roles in business administration. So we're actually going to be looking at organisational charts tomorrow, but I would like to introduce you to the organisational chart here today so that you can see the different job roles that are available in business administration. So this is an example of an office organisational chart where at the top we have Thomas Edison, who is the CEO of the company. So he is the managing director, if you like. So he's not an administrator himself, he's a business leader. But below Thomas Edison, the rest of the jobs are all related to business administration. So we've got a HR assistant or human resources assistant, a human resources officer, a human resources and administration manager, a senior administrator, a junior administrator, an evening receptionist, a senior secretary and receptionist, and a personal assistant. So all of those job roles that I just read out, apart from Thomas Edison's CEO role, are all job roles in business administration. From the slide that we just watched, what I would like you to do is to identify a range of job roles within the areas of administration. So we looked back there at the organisational chart, which tells us lots of information about what those people do. And on there's lots of job titles. So I'd like you to go back to that slide and have a look at it again to identify the different job roles that are on there. You need to ensure that you include a supporting sentence to this question, and an example of a supporting sentence is, for example, the job roles within business administration are, and then you're going to then you're going to give 4 examples. Please ensure that you complete 4 examples and pause this video whilst you complete this question. The next few questions, the rest of the questions in this piece of work, in fact, are research questions. So you have a research task for questions 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So this is the final 8 questions of your chapter. You do need to keep checking that you're answering the questions using sentences, and remember to check the operative verbs. So those are the things that we looked at, like describe, explain, identify, etc. I've produced a guide for you over the next few slides so that it'll help you to see how you're going to view the information that is required to answer the questions in this task. So this is a guide that I've produced on the National Careers website, which is an excellent resource for when you are looking for work. When you go to the National Careers website, which is nationalcareers.service.gov.uk, you need to click Explore Careers. Where it says Explore Careers, you're going to press Search Job Profiles where the arrow is pointing. If you wish to do this right now as you're watching the video, please pause it here and resume it when you're ready. After you've clicked Explore Careers, it will bring you to a page with lots of sectors on. You will need to click the administration sector or job category. If you are doing this now, please pause this video to do that. After I clicked administration, this is the screen that appeared. I'm going to look at the admin assistant job for the purpose of this guide. Please pause this video here if you are going along with it. After I clicked admin assistant, this page came up and it tells me a little bit about being an admin assistant, but I would like to find out some more information about how to become an admin assistant. So I'm going to click how to become. Now that I've clicked how to become an admin assistant, this is what I can see on my screen. It tells me quite a lot of information about how to become an admin assistant through different routes, such as college, and what the entry requirements could be, such as in English and Maths and other GCSEs. As this will lead directly to one of your questions, I need to remind you that you must describe using full sentences when answering this question. You cannot list like this, you need to change it into your own words and making sure that you are not copying the information as it is listed here. Instead, you're going to develop it into sentences and paragraphs to describe. I went back to the original screen where I clicked how to become, and I decided that I wanted to know what I'll be doing as an admin assistant to help me answer the next part of the question. So I'm going to click what you'll do. What you'll do, and you'll see here it's given me a whole list of different responsibilities that I could be doing in the role of an admin assistant. Again, it has listed these rather than writing them in sentences, so please remind yourself once again that you need to write this up into sentences. You can use this for your inspiration, but put it into your own words and into sentences to build a paragraph. This will lead you on to answer the rest of the questions. So the first question is to describe the skills and knowledge required for a job in business administration. This question directly leads from the information that you read on how to become an admin assistant. The second part of that question is to describe the responsibilities of the role that you looked at in question 3, what the person will be doing in work. And that's where we clicked what you'll do. And that gave us lots of information about what the admin assistant will be doing and what their responsibilities are. You'll repeat this process 4 times to complete this part of the work so that you'll have 4 job titles, 4 job eligibility criteria telling you what skills and knowledge are required for that job, and to tell you about the roles and responsibilities of that job as well. So please ensure that your 4 examples all relate to business administration and that they are 4 different jobs. That will fulfill your aims and objectives of today's session, which were to identify who works in an example office environment and to describe the roles within business administration. Thank you for watching.